Welcome to the CEO Corner. Rishabh Malpani here, and I interview successful entrepreneurs to share their experiences, knowledge, and wisdom based on their entrepreneurial endeavors. In the CEO Corner today, we will be going over the journey of a premium UAE-based car detailing company, Masterkraft. I brought in Mr. Pankaj Malhotra, who is the founder and CEO of Masterkraft, to share the steps he took to first get the company out in the market, the marketing strategies he implemented to grow his consumer base, his early challenges and how he combated them, the entrepreneurial learnings from his experience, and more. To start off, could you please introduce Masterkraft in some more detail and what your mission as a company is?
So, first of all, thank you, Rishabh, for having me on your podcast. The story of Masterkraft begins by me realizing that there were very, very few quality detailing centers in Dubai. Now, we all know Dubai is the city of glitz, it's the city of fancy cars, it's the city of high net worth individuals. So it dawned upon me that clearly there is the need for a quality detailer. And that's where Masterkraft began.
Thank you. I've also seen that Masterkraft has forged a partnership with Turtle Wax. What are some benefits that this collaboration provides?
So the biggest benefit is that Turtle Wax is a globally recognized brand, and that recognition then extends to us being Turtle Wax's exclusive partner in Dubai. Apart from that, of course, they have 75 years of know-how in car polishing and detailing. So all of that know-how is shared with us. Our people are trained by Turtle Wax to a certain standard. And so in other words, it really cuts out a lot of the mistakes we would normally make in our journey.
Okay, that's interesting. Are there also some drawbacks of this sort of partnership? And would you recommend other entrepreneurs to also take upon these sorts of opportunities whenever they can to affiliate themselves with these sorts of established companies?
Well, Turtle Wax have been lovely to work with, great people. And if somebody has an opportunity to work with a global brand where, the team is motivated, they're flexible, I would definitely recommend go for it. However, of course, there are certain things which at some point we feel may suit our market, and we may not be able to completely implement them because Turtle Wax, of course, has their own global standards and there is an image that they're trying to project. However, these have been in the minority, so in that sense, I've been lucky. But other than that, more than happy. It's really helped us. It's really helped bring in business. So yeah.
What are some examples of restrictions that this collaboration with Turtle Wax is providing?
So we have always wanted to project ourselves to the local crowd, so the Arabic-speaking customers. And as a result of that, we do require assets which are in Arabic. And we also do require references which are in Arabic, which may have more of a meaning amongst the Arabic population. But because Turtle Wax has their global standards, these are things we just cannot do because they contradict or they're not as per the global Turtle Wax policy. So those are some of the drawbacks that we have. So we are constantly seeing other guys do certain things which may quote unquote be cool, but we have to stick to a certain line.
Okay. When you were first starting out, what were some of the first few steps you took to get your service running and into the market? Yeah.
So the first thing was to find the right talent, because detailing is more of an artisan sort of work. So we needed good people who have good hands and experience. Fortunately, we were able to find them in Dubai, and we were able to convince them to join us, especially our team leader, Eugene, who has about 18 years of experience in detailing and with various brands. And he then was able to train the other guys who were less experienced than him and bring it all up to a certain standard.
After this initial phase of launching your business, what were some of the actions and strategies you implemented to grow your consumer base and make more sales?
So, yes, we tried a lot of things. We crashed and burned a number of times, but in the end, we were able to make sure that our proposition made sense. So in terms of the work we were doing, so we made sure that we do not compromise on quality. So we actually broke down the detailing process into 6 steps, and we realized that most detailers in Dubai don't use those 6 steps. They will cut out a few steps just to save a bit of time and money. We first made sure that whatever happens, we're never gonna cut out any of the steps. So we were able to establish a policy and a system. Once this was done, we then had to price it correctly. So we were at some point too cheap, at some point too expensive, but now I think we figured out right where we need to be.
How did you determine this appropriate price?
So a lot of market survey, a lot of market research. However, as much research as we did, we were still not able to hit the right point once we opened. So it was quite a bit of trial and error once we had opened. But yes, I mean, the market research always continues. Till this day, our prices may have to change depending on how the market changes.
Looking back when you were first initiating and developing your company, what were some of the problems and difficulties you had, and how did you combat those issues?
So one of the biggest challenges I had was with local regulation. We started off doing certain things and getting the facility ready. However, we didn't realize that some of the changes we were making to the property were not completely allowed and required prior approval. So we had already spent the money but didn't have the approval. However, being part of a business network, I was able to put this request to some of my colleagues in that network, and they were able to help me.
Okay. I understand that the car detailing market in the UAE is highly competitive. So what are your company's unique selling points that allow you to differentiate yourself from other players in the space? Like I know you mentioned the 6-step routine where you made sure that all of those are on point, but are there any other sorts of unique selling points as well?
Well, the first and foremost is the association with Turtle Wax. So that's instant recognition. We have a 5-star rating on Google. That has been very, very hard to achieve. It's taken us a while. Then, of course, we have a bit of history. So word of mouth, that is really helping us. Really, we just, at this point, all we're doing is we're giving the customer an honest job, an honest detailing job. That's it. It's that simple.
Are there any particular measures you took to really ensure that the word of mouth is effectively ongoing?
No, most of our marketing is focused on Google SEO. A lot of importance given to Google reviews. So Google reviews is our word of mouth. So
Okay.
Dubai is a transient city. There's a lot of people from a lot of countries who don't necessarily connect with each other as much. So Google reviews is a very, very important tool.
What habits of yours do you feel have contributed most to your success?
So I'm a student of Sun Tzu, the ancient Chinese general. I have read his book multiple times, and one of the most important teachings of Sun Tzu is that all battles are won or lost before they are ever fought. So that means that preparation is everything. So the market research we did, the preparation we did beforehand, the 6-step process that we developed, the trial and error that we've done, it was all in preparation of being able to offer the customer the best proposition. And I believe that is the most important aspect for my success. Preparation is key.
As you were growing out to where you are right now, what are some big mistakes you made throughout this journey that taught you some valuable lessons?
So one of the biggest mistakes I made, which was actually quite heavy on us, is I did not hire. So I had my initial team and we did quite well. And when one of the team members had to leave, I did not replace her with the new team member carefully. So I was complacent in that sense, thinking that we're already set. However, the new lady that I hired was not able to fulfill the role, and as a result we lost a lot of clients. But then we were able to again find the right guy, and we're back on track.
How did you approach finding the right person and making sure that when they are assigned a role, they'll fulfill it correctly?
So the first thing I look for is experience. So if they have experience with a certain role, with a similar role, then that's like half the battle won, right? And then after that, once they come in, we will show them how we do things in our particular culture, and usually things fall into place. So that's what I look for.
I've also seen in Masterkraft's social media profiles, you guys have a lot of followers. I know a lot of young businesses struggle to gain a large consumer base on these platforms. So how did you manage to grow your audience?
So it's taken us a while. Masterkraft opened its doors in December 2021. Now we are in March 2026. So that huge following, whatever our following is, it's real, and it has come over a long period of time.
So it's just the consistency that's key. And
yeah, I believe so. I believe that it all comes down to the job that we're doing, the proposition that we're giving the client, and the honesty that we're doing our work with.
Okay. Lastly, what are some of your future plans to expand your business?
Well, hopefully things will improve in terms of the situation in the Middle East right now. And then, of course, we look at offering more higher end services. That's the plan. So it's not really about a new location. It's more about what else can we offer our customers in the same location.
That's all for today. Thank you so much, Mr. Pankaj, for being here and sharing your experience.
Thank you, Mr. Rishabh, for having me.
To all the listeners, I post frequently to stay in the loop to learn new things that develop your business understanding. And for now, the CEO Corner is closed.